Hello everyone, this is Smriti. Welcome to QA automation classes. So in the last session we have seen what is the difference between the absolute XPath and relative XPath. Okay, so today we are going to start with the different types of the XPath function, or we call that as XPath access. Okay, so what are different types of XPath functions or the XPath access? Okay, let me take a note of all of them here. So let's say XPath function, or you can say it as XPath access. Okay, so what are these XPath functions or XPath access? Okay, so there are quite a few XPath functions or XPath access that we'll be going through. So the first one is text. Okay, so what exactly is this text? And then the second one is, let's say, normalize space. So normalize and hyphen, we'll say space. Okay, so that is a normalize space. Okay, normalize space. And then we'll have the contents. Third will be contents. Okay, so you will see when we go through the real-time example. Okay. And then fourth is following sibling. Okay, following hyphen sibling. And fifth will be preceding sibling. Following sibling, then the preceding sibling. Okay, and sixth, let's say sixth is our descendant, and then we have ancestor. Okay, so descendant, and we have the seventh one is ancestor. Okay, so if you see, we have 7 XPath functions of the access. The first one is the text, then normalize space, then contents, following sibling, preceding sibling, descendant, and ancestor. Okay, so let's start with the text. Okay, so today we are planning to complete text and normalize space in this session. So let's start with the text. Okay, so what exactly is this text? Okay, so what are the different properties of the text? Okay, so what exactly this text does? Okay, text. So text, basically what it does, it navigates to the entire HTML document for the expected string for the given HTML tag. Okay, and whatever the value you have given, if it is matched, then it will return true, right, if the expected value is present in the UI. And text function, it cannot ignore the spaces before and after the string and in between the string. Okay, so text function is a exact string pattern matching function. Okay, it cannot match a part of the string, or if there are spaces in between, like before and after the text, also you have to provide the exact spaces also, right? So, and it cannot verify the dynamic text in the UI. So these are the few pointers. Okay, so now let's go to the UI and see how exactly with the help of this text function we can identify particular element. Okay, so for this one we'll go to a website called flipkart.com. so let's open the flipkart.com. Okay, so here if you see, there are so many elements are there, right? So let's see, inspect this, become a seller. It has the spaces actually. Let me show you this one. Let's inspect become a seller. Okay, so if you see, right, so this become a seller, right, this is a text, right? This started with the anchor tag, and these are the some attributes that has been specified. This is the href, and this is the title, and this is the text, right? Become a seller is the text that has been displayed over here. So now we have to identify this particular web element with the help of this text. So how to do? Control F. Okay, let me copy this one first. Okay, So now it is starting with the anchor tag, so we'll start with /a. We are going with the relative XPath because we are trying to identify from that node only. Okay, /a. And for the text, how exactly you will do? Okay, so you will say within the square bracket, okay, just mention text. Okay, text, then function symbol equals to, within the single quote you have to write that text, become a seller. So now if you see here, right, become a seller. Okay, so this is nothing but my XPath. Now I'll copy and paste it over here. Can you see? Right, so /a, and then use square bracket starts, okay, and ends. Within the square bracket you have to specify text function equals to, within the quote you have to say become a seller. What is the exact text, right? So if when you pass the exact text, it is going to identify that particular node here on the UI, and it is going to highlight that. If I press enter, it will highlight. Okay, so here if you see 1 of 1, so this is the one node that is matching with my text method, right? Then there can be the cases, right, where you might have the spaces before and after the text, right? So in that case, what you will do, so you have to count the number of the spaces, and I can give here in the same fashion. If there are 5 spaces before the text, you have to give 5 spaces here. If there are 2 spaces after the text, you have to give the 2 spaces. So it becomes really difficult to calculate those spaces, or you can either copy also, that is also fine, but we have another way to identify that. That is the case that is called as the normalize space. So we can use function called normalize space, or XPath access called normalize space. Okay, so let's see that one. Let's go to amazon.com, amazon.in. okay, so let's see. Last time when I saw this, electronics has spaces before and after. Let's see. Okay, so now if you see here, before also space is there and after also space is there, right? So now if I write in the similar fashion a, right, let me copy the entire code from here, the XPath. Okay, so if I copy this one and try to replace it with the electronics, will it work? Let's see. So let's go there. Okay, Control F. Okay, so instead of become a seller, I'll say electronics. Okay, so here you can see it is already accommodating the before and after spaces also, right? If I take this and replace it here, instead of become a seller, okay, so now it will match. But if you see, there are spaces before and after the electronics. Okay, I'll just show you. Copy and paste here. Okay, now you can see there are spaces before and after, right? Here you can see the spaces are there, right? And here also spaces are there. Okay, so but what happens if you don't want to write those spaces? Okay, so there is a way called as we can use the normalize space. Okay, so basically the normalize space is going to ignore the space before and after the string, but not in between. If in between any spaces are there, that is not going to be ignored. Only before and after anything or any space is there, that is going to get ignored. Okay, so how to write the normalize space syntax? Okay, so now here, let's go here, and here also we'll start with the a. Okay, and let's remove everything. I'll show you how to write /a. Then within the square bracket you just say normalize hyphen space. Okay, so let's say normalize, okay, hyphen space. Okay, so SPACE. Okay, normalize hyphen space, and here you have to give the opening and closing parenthesis. Inside that you have to say text opening and closing parenthesis, right? And then you have to say equals to, in the bracket you say electronics city. Okay, electronics. Okay, so now what did I say? So if you say, let me copy from here to here. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, so let's put it here. So if you see /a, okay, and then normalize space, pull it a little down. Okay, so /a normalize hyphen space and opening and closing parenthesis. Within that you have to write the text function, and after closing all the parentheses you say electronics. Here if you see, there are no spaces before and after the word electronics, right? So this normalized space is going to identify the electronics in the entire UI, and if any spaces are there before and after electronics, it is going to not consider that, right? It is used to match that. If you go to the UI and see, it is already matching the electronics. 1 of 1 is there, right? So it will highlight the electronics. Okay, so this is how you can use the text method and the normalize space method. So to sum it up, I can say the text method is an exact pattern matching. You cannot identify the part of the string, and it cannot ignore the spaces before and after the string, okay, or in between the string, and it cannot verify the dynamic text in the UI. Okay, so that is the you can say the functionality of the text. And then we saw the next XPath access, that is known as the normalize space, which is going to ignore the space before and after the string but not in between. Okay, so then other XPath access will continue in the next session. So that's all to this class, guys. If you guys are really enjoying these sessions, I'll request you to subscribe to my channel, and please share this video with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefited out of it. And if you have any question, just put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye bye.